Blessed love to the family. This is one of my life cue videos, and the inspiration behind this video is a conversation that I had with a family member, and that was only a few hours ago. And let me tell you this, family, I tend to have a lot of people who will come to me for words of encouragement, words of upliftment, and words of advice. And as such, I do embrace that. And I do appreciate love that. And I do rise to the occasion and I respond accordingly. I always try my best to respond with correctness, and I always try my best to respond with fairness. So, with that being said, I'm going to move right into this one. In the picture, you can see I am sitting in the background while my daughter is in the foreground. I've chosen to use this picture because oftentimes you give advice to the young ones or the youngins, and they tend to want to go off on their own whim with their own perspectives and their own views and whatever they think that they already know, right? Let me just add that my daughter, she does listen, but like typical teenagers and especially millennial kids, they tend to want to have their own voice, their own perspectives, and you do sometimes have to give them the leeway. Well, let me just say, we have to be extremely vigilant. We have to also keep our third eye open. And with that being said, I'm going to move right into this video. So the conversation today was with a family member, like I said, and the conversation was about relationships. And you all know that people, in this life, you tend to have your fair share of troubles and tribulations and trials in relationships. As you know, relationships, you basically have two people who have come together or who are trying to come together to make things work, to make things amicable, to see things eye to eye, so that things can work assiduously, or you can live in a way in which things can be pleasing or comfortable for each other. So when problems arise, there's always a person who you can always look up to, or you can always approach and say, look, this is happening or this has happened. What's your view on this? What you think? And I'm happy that I'm the go-to person for that. I'm very joyful for that. Well, I'm old enough and wise enough and experienced enough. And I'm very joyful for that. Because with age and with experience comes wisdom. And I'm not going to sit up here and boast and to say, oh yes, I'm the wise one, or I am this or I am that. But I can impart a lot when it comes on to life experiences, because I've had my fair share and I can relate and I can share based upon my own personal experiences. I know it's best to share your own experiences than you. You are the best person to share your personal experience or experiences with others, because you're the best person to give account. So I've had this family member who contacted me to say, look, I found a new boyfriend. A picture was sent to me, and I must say, the picture was a good look. And they say a picture says 1,000 words. And I must say, the picture looks lovely. And if you're reading a picture, you can see all the things that you want to see in the picture. But like I said, you have to get into the know. Get to know this person. And as long as things are ticking off nicely, and as long as both of you feel joyful in your hearts about whatever it is that you've decided to move forward on in your relationship, well, go for it. I never have any bad advice to give anyone, and I'm never one to sit around and make choices for others. I tend to say, you've chosen this way. You know why you've chosen this way. You know what you've seen by going this direction. So I leave you to it. If you need any guidance and if you need any advice, I'm always here. So with that being said, I'm very joyful for you, my love. You know who you are. I'm very, very joyful for you and the decision that you've made, because sometimes in life, we need to come to realization that, look, when you get to an age and when you get to a certain stage, 40 and 40 plus, mid 40s, you have to lock it down. And when I say lock it down, I'm making reference to a relationship. So if in your 20s and in your 30s, you were seeking and you did not find, when it come to 40 and when it come to mid 40s, if somebody come around and that person makes you feel joyful and all the qualities that you are looking for is in that person, I would say lock it down. And not only that, let me just add that sometimes in your 40s, you don't find all the qualities that you are looking for in your 20s and in your 30s in this person of choice. But when you get to your 40s and your mid 40s, a lot of times you have to compromise. Yes, you have to compromise. You have to give and take, because mid 40s, you know that whoever it is that you're going to meet is going to come with either kids. They're going to be either a divorcee or in the process of going through a divorce. They have a house that is going through the process of being sold to have the proceeds split up between they themselves and a previous wife or even a previous life partner. So we have to be mindful of these things, family, and we have to know when it's correct for us to lock it down and when it's time for us to say, hey, no more time for play. It is time now to secure your future and to look into the future with an hopeful perspective, knowing that this is it. This is it. I'm going to ride it out now, and with life prolonged and with life last, this person, hopefully, because no one knows what the future holds, will be there for you to go and take up your walking stick for you, or even go and make you a cup of tea. Or sometimes in the morning when you can't even get up properly out of the bed, that person is there because the arthritis pain is riddling you. That person is there to say, all right, let me rub your back for you, baby. Or let me stretch out your feet for you. So you have to know, family, when it's time to lock it down and when it's time to secure, your future. So with that being said, this is one of my live Q videos, and it's a different one. And I give thanks to all of you who have tuned in and to all of you who have listened to this video. Blessed love. And thanks for interacting with the content on my channel. And thank you for your love. And thank you for staying tuned to Real Empress Yudah channel. I've put a disclaimer up on the channel as well, family, to let you all know that my channel is not monetized. I do not collect a penny from YouTube for the content that I share on my channel. And this is because I am of the mindset that I'm doing this for the betterment of humanity. And I'm doing this to educate and to eduliberate the family. And with that being said, not all things come with a paycheck. So interact with the content. Continue to show love. Blessed love. I'm out now. Real Empress Yudah.
Redemption. know me want to make your right wrong.